was thrown off because when I went out there to the garage, I saw my nana and my mama. They was casually sipping, but I saw my mama chiefing like the chimney. But I looked, and they got the Zaza bag that my mama said she was gonna get back to Beth and them. So I was thrown off. So I looked at my mom. I said, "Mom, I thought you was gonna get that back to Beth and them." My mama looked at me. She was over there by the bar area. I'm over there by the door, and I'm telling her this. She say, "You in my business? You in my business?" And she start walking from around the counterways, the bar counter, and start coming towards me. So I'm like, okay, wait, did I say something wrong? I didn't know if I said something wrong. She say, "I don't care what I told you. I ain't got to report to you. This my house. I don't care. I changed the rules in here. I run this show, not you. You not my daddy. You not my father. You don't pay no bills in here. I don't got to report to you." She said, "Just make sure you dot my dough when you get off. You got that?" And I looked at her. She said, "Worry about washing your posterior. That's what you need to be worried about." So I'm starting to walk off like I'm backing up because she getting closer. She said, "You better get out my face because if I come close to you, I'm going to skin you alive. Don't ask me about my business. You got that?" So she bucked her ass. She was looking at me crazy. I say, "Yes." And so I left, right? Boom. I hit the corner. Now, mind you, I'm more than 10 minutes late. I'm more than overly 10 minutes late. So I'm like, all right, I got to hurry up and get to work. Now, mind you, I'm power walking. No, I was not going to ask my mama for a ride. I was not going to ask my mama for a ride. Why am I going to ask her for a ride knowing that she's going to torture me this whole time on this ride? I don't care if it's 5 minutes, 6 minutes, she's going to torture me. So no, so boom, I'm power walking. So I get closer to my job. Now, before you get to my job, it's another restaurant. This is where a lot of people go. It's open 24/7. So a lot of people go and order that. You can order anything you want. Lines normally be long, but you can't go in the lobby. This is normally that you go up to the window, you order, you grab your stuff, you walk off. It's just one of those type of stops. It's a really grab and go. Boom. So now I'm walking fast. So people like, "I got that snow bunny. I got that snow bunny. Come check me out." I'm like, "That snow bunny." So that did catch my attention. I'm like, "Hey, you gonna be here after 5?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll be at the 5. Where you going?" I'm like, "I work up here at the rail spot. I work up here at the rail spot." He's like, "I'll be up there." Now I ain't thinking nothing of it. Boom. I get inside, right? It's jam packed, busy. It's busy than never before. So I'm hurrying up and I'm ringing the bell. Now I don't see Yo-Yo, but I see the girl that normally help Yo-Yo at the register. So she looks, she opened up the door. I'm like, oh, I panicked. I'm like, I got to clock in. So as Yo-Yo was in the back on chicken on my station, right? So as she bagging up the bag, she sees me. She like, don't clock in without taking off your, off your coat and stuff and washing your hands. So I'm like, she on that. I'm like, all right, whatever. That is the rule. I ain't gonna argue with you about the rule. The rule is a rule. So boom, I go to the back. I take off my coat. I wash my hands. Boom. I come back and I look. I say, "You got all those tickets?" She like, "Yeah." She like, "Come on." She like, "What took you so long?" I'm like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, my mama had to talk with me. She like, "But your shift is your shift." So now I see we got a little static. It might be a little problem. I'm like, "I'm sorry about that." She like, "Yeah, whatever." So I walk off and I go up there and the girl is still ringing, but I'm waiting to clock in. And so she looks at me and she like, "Oh, I already clocked you in." I'm like, "Oh, you did? Like, how do you even know my clock in number?" So I'm like, "Thanks." So I go, hurry up. I go to the back. I slap the white apron on. I'm like, "All right, I got it. I'm taking over. Where you at?" Confident. "Where you at?" She like, "I'm right there." I'm like, "You got all these tickets to do?" I thought like at least she did. She like, "Yeah, it's busy." She like, "Come on, I need you. Hurry up." She like, "I gotta go in the front and help her." So boom, I'm dropping. It's busy. I'm talking about, I don't know what made this day so super special, but it was popping. It was juking for just no, it was busy than normal. It was busy than normal. So I'm like, okay, I'm kind of panicking, but I'm getting the chicken out. It's pans after pans after pans. I'm grabbing the ticket. I got ticket 81. I got ticket 82. I got a ticket 83. Come on, everything up. Now, as the dude come out the smoke area, he's like, "Hey, they want 3 slabs. I got 2. They gonna have to wait 15 minutes for the next one." He like, "We still smoking them." She like, "How many slabs did you put on this morning?" So he like, "I put on a lot." He like, "We're really busy." We was. She like, "Come on, I don't want to hear all that. Come on, we don't got Miss Shirley to help us. Come on, we need to push these people out. I want these people out my lobby." So she's snapping out. Now here's the deal. we had more smoke stuff going on. We had a smoke area inside and a smoke area out. The way that it was set up was it was all the way outside in the back. So when you pull up to the back of the rear place, it's a lot of gate. It's a lot of gate. You can't climb this gate. You will get electrocuted. You will get electrocuted. You don't want to climb that gate. Number two, the only way how you would come inside that gate, if you worked there and you was an employee and you're trying to park back there. But other than that, we had a lot of smoke grills out there, and there was a lot big ones too. And he had more meat out there, but he just wanted to make sure that it was finished cooking. So she coming back, hurry up. So he goes out there, he grabbed the extra. I'm steady going. Now I'm looking at the time and I'm noticing my break coming up. We're still busy. I have not had enough time to scratch my neck, wipe the sweat, sip something to drink or nothing. We've been busy nonstop. So she comes back there and she's like, here come another order. And I was like, it's almost my break. She was like, what? You late? How you gonna take a break when you're late? No, I need you to keep working. So I'm looking, I'm like, yo, chill out. She like, no, you chill out. She like, and plus we need to talk before you leave. So I'm like, talk before I leave? She like, yeah, because you was late. So she, boom, go through the other side of the cafe door. She finished helping the girl. So I'm like, all right, this is what she on. So we finished the order. The rush is still hitting us, right? It finally slowed down. And when I looked at the time, mind you, I get off at 5. I look at the time, it's 5:10. So I'm like, hey, it's time for me to go. She like, no, I need you to clean the grease trap. I'm like, all right. I'm like, well, who gonna fry the chicken if we get another order? She like, you are. I'm like, but I get off at 5 o'clock. She said, yeah, but you was late. I'm like, look, my mom got to take my nana to the airport. I'm like, I have to be home on time. She say, Roshan, you can take your break, come back, clean the grease trap, and you can go. I'm like, all right. So I just really had to use the bathroom. I wasn't going to even take no full break. So as I walk past the rest, she like, clock out for your break. I'm like, all right. So I go clock out for my break and I go to the bathroom. Now, as I go to the bathroom, she comes in right behind me, like 5-10 minutes right behind me, right? So I'm coming out the stall and I'm looking at her, I'm like, what now? So I'm washing my hands. She was like, so we're not going to talk about last night? I'm like, what about last night? She like, we're not going to finish what we started? I'm like, what we started? I'm still washing my hands. I'm like, what we started? She like, what happened? I'm like, what, you talking about in the car? She like, yeah. I'm like, we at work like you said. And so I go dry my hands off, right? So she comes over there. As I got my hand under the vent, she comes under there and over there and she started drying my hands off. She was like, no, we really want to talk. She like, I've been having a dream. She like, I've been having dreams about you. I had a dream about you last night. And she like, I can't get it out of my mind. I want to make it happen. So I'm like, what kind of dream? She like, a good dream. I'm like, a good dream? She like, I want to make it come true. You should come over. She like, you should come over after work. I'm like, I can't. She like, you can never come outside. Why your mama don't let you come? Why you can't never come outside? First off, I'm a teenager. All right, you way more older than me. All right. You strict. I told you my mama is strict. I told her that. I'm like, my mama is strict. I'm like, and plus, I just told you I got to make it home so she could take my nana to the airport. She like, well, can I come over? I'm like, yeah, I'll call you as soon as they leave. Now, mind you, that's the set plan. So now we come out the bathroom. Everything kind of cool. I clock back in. She like, you clocking back in? I'm like, yeah, I'm just do the grease trap so I can go. So I started doing the grease trap. The dude come out, right? He like, hey, I'm finna get ready to go on my break. I'm gonna get off into another 2 hours. He like, I got some gas. I'm like, yo, I need to hit that. So I hurry up and did the grease traps. He already walking back there. He gets in his car. So I'm like, hey, I'm done with the grease trap, right? So she like, okay. So I'll go ahead. I clock out or whatever. Now, as I'm clocking out and grabbing my coat and stuff, I go out there in the back way. Now, mind you, I'm supposed to be in a rush to leave. I go out in the back way. He flamed up. It's sour. It smells like a skunk, okay? So I'm tapping it. I only tapped it like 3-4 times. So I come in and she like, y'all, y'all can't smell like that. I'm like, well, I'm finna go. So all of a sudden, as I'm saying I'm finna go, before I get to the cafe though, the other girl that work in the front, she like, I think your mama out there. I'm like, what? She like, I think your mama out there. I said, my mama, yeah, she was asking, was you still here? I told her, yeah, you was still here. She thought that you supposed to been off. I'm like, yeah. And I looked at the time, I'm like, oh my God, it's almost 6 o'clock. I'm like, is my eyes red? First thing I said, I said, is my eyes red? She like, yeah, and glossy. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, I can't go out there. I'm like, you got some eye drops? Because I didn't want my mama to think like, oh, you at work just partying. I just really just tapped out. So she like, yeah, she like, I got some eye drops, right? I'm like, okay, now I'm in the back area by the lockers. Now, we got a mirror right there where we wash our hands at, but we got like a mirror. So I'm like, ooh, I don't know how to put it in. I'm like, I'm scared because I'm scared to put stuff in my eye, up my nose. I'm scared of that. So I'm like, oh, I don't know how to put it in. So she like, scary cat. Now, this is the girl that helped Yo-Yo at the front register. She like, scary cat, let me help you. And she like, keep your eye open. And you know what I'm saying? She move my eyes. She boop, 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 boop. She like, all right, I need to blow in it. I'm like, your breath better not stink. She like, my breath do not stink. Come here. So she blew in my eye and stuff, and then she looked at me. She like, and she wiped the stuff that was coming out my eye, like, you know, from the drop. She like, okay, you look all good. I'm like, thanks. She like, no, it's okay. And she had my hand, and she just like rubbed my hand. I'm like, let me find out. She like, find out what? I'm like, don't you care about me like that? And she said, if I did, I'm like, look, I'm a bad boy. You ain't gonna want to talk to me. She like, maybe. I'm like, she saying, who said I'm not a bad girl? I'm like, so she like, you got a phone number? I'm like, no, I ain't got no phone number. She like, well, here, take my number down. And she went by the little office. Now, before you get in Miss Shirley's office or go inside her office, she got a desk outside the door. So she grabbed the pen and she wrote her number down. She like, call me. I'm like, all right, I will. So boom, as I'm saying that, Yo-Yo come like, where you at? What y'all doing? Come on, where you at? And your mama is out there. I thought you was in a rush. I'm like, chill. She was giving me some eye drops. She like, uh-huh. So boom, my mama like, Mr. 5 o'clock, let's go before I give y'all a show. So I'm like, oh my God. So I come up like, I'm sorry, we was really, really busy. She like, let's go. We get in the truck. Boom, my mama ain't said nothing. My nana is in there. She dropped me off right in front of my house. She said, look, watch Caleb, I'll be home. Me and you finna have a problem. So I'm like, she's still mad after all these hours. Like, I can't cut a break. So boom, my mama, she dropped my nana off. Boom, my mama come back. It's really a smooth selling, like, because Caleb was in his room doing his own thing. He had McDonald's. Mark downstairs doing his own thing, you know what I'm saying? I kind of stayed to myself. So it's kind of mellow in the crib. So boom, my mama come in, front door now opening. I'm in the dining room. I'm in the dining room at the time, right? So she like, put your shoes on, let's go. I said, huh? Put your shoes on, let's go. I'm tired of playing with you. Put the shoes on now before I bop you in the head. So I'm like, what is going on now? Mind you, I know I was already in trouble for going to that game. So I'm putting on my shoes. She like, meet me at the car. I'm finna pour me another drink. I'm like, at the car? Okay. I'm like, all right. So as I watched her leave out the back and go to the bar. So I hurry up. I went downstairs. Mark on my door. I'm like, Mama taking me somewhere. He like, what? I'm like, yeah, she told me to get in the car. He like, get in the car for what? I'm like, I don't know. But I'm like, I gotta go. I just wanted to tell you. Do I come upstairs? And so my mama coming back door now. She said, didn't I say get to the car? So I hurried up. I went to the truck, right? Boom. We're driving. My mom speeding and not saying nothing. So I'm just like, number one, my mom don't like to drive. My dad normally chauffeur her, so I can understand her taking my nana to the airport. But to be driving someone extra special is getting a little late. Boom, as I'm looking, I'm like, this area look kind of familiar, right? We pull up in front of Brianna's house.